Hello, and thank you for being here. My name is Cindy Rawls, and I represent Horace Mann. The goal of today's session is to help you develop a strong sense of your ownership needs. Approximately 4.1 million Americans will turn 65 this year and every year through 2027. While 65 years old has long been considered the average retirement age, the age that's right for you to retire may be quite a bit different based on your own situation. Regardless of what magic age may be for your retirement, we tend to focus on pre retirement years when you're saving for retirement or climbing up the mountain. But how do you plan for the next phase of your life living in retirement? I'm sure you'd like to get down that mountain too. As you near retirement and live in retirement, you'll have questions to answer and decisions to make. Should I take lifetime pension payments or a lump sum? When should I claim Social Security? When do I roll in Medicare? These decisions impact the rest of your life. Why wouldn't you spend time putting a solid plan in place? The retirement journey is a process that spans your entire adult life, so it's important to recognize that there are challenges, but also opportunities throughout the process. The first phase of retirement planning process is the accumulation phase. This is when you're working and saving for retirement. As you get closer to retirement, likely in your 50s or 60s, you should focus on transition from saving money to planning for retirement income, making sure you are saving enough to provide for your income needs throughout retirement. When you reach retirement and then continuing through retirement, you'll likely start distributing income from your savings to provide a sustainable, predictable stream of income for the rest of your life, which also may include your spouse's life. No matter how well you prepare for retirement, there are real risks that we may all face during that journey. Risks that we can't necessarily control, but that we can certainly plan for. Let's review these common risks and why they should be factored into your plans. While it's difficult to predict the future, inflation rates. Inflation rates, even a low rate of inflation, can have a significant impact on purchasing power and your future standard of living. If we apply the average annual inflation rate, which was 4% from 1970 to 2023, to an item that costs $25,000 today, like a car, we can expect to pay just over $37,000 for that same item 10 years from now, and over $54,000 for the item 20 years from now. That's more than double the original cost over 20 years. So as you plan for retirement, you need to think about how your savings will last in an inflationary environment. Market risk is a form of investment risk. When it comes to the ups and downs of the market, the only constant is change. Maintaining a diversified portfolio can help minimize the impact market risk has on your savings in any given year. Let's look at the market performance from 2014 to April of this year for three separate portfolios. One invested 100% in stocks, one invested 100% bonds. And the final portfolio is balanced, 60% stocks and 40% bonds. The portfolio invested in 100% in stocks has an annual average rate of return of 10.68%. Average annual rate of return and March of 24 year ending balance of $327,716. The bond portfolio remained steady through the 10 years, experiencing only slight drops, leaving this portfolio with an average annual return of 1.49% and an ending balance of $116,000. The balanced portfolio, which is invested 60% in stocks and 40% in bonds, provides a balance between the stock and the bond portfolios, taking partial advantage of high bond performance and partial advantage of high stock performance throughout the 10-year period. At the end, the balanced portfolio returns an annual average rate of 7%, which is just slightly less than the stock portfolio, and has an ending balance of $244,000. As you look through the 10-year period, you may notice that the balanced portfolio's value may not lose value as drastically as a portfolio invested in 100% stocks. Now, timing is everything. Sequence risk is another type of investment risk. Assume two investors start with $100,000 and withdraw the same amount at the end of each year. Over the 15-year investment period, both accounts return an annual average of 4%. Investor 1 in blue retires at the beginning of an up market, so her account experiences interest gains early and losses later. Investor 2 in orange retires at the beginning of a down market, so her account experiences interest loss early and gains later. At the end of year 15, Investor 1 has over $100,000 in her account, while Investor 2 only has about $35,000. Why? The markets performed very differently at the beginning of their respective retirements. If you retire during or right before a market downturn, the combination of withdrawals and poor performance can quickly deplete your savings and make it difficult to recover. For this reason, it may make sense to allocate to more conservative portfolio a few years before retirement and remain conservatively invested for a few years after retirement. You may live a long time after you retire. That means you need to make sure your savings last a long time too. This is referred to as longevity risk. Based on life expectancy statistics, there's an 85% chance that one member of your healthy, non-smoking 65-year-old couple will live into their early 80s. There's a 73% chance that one will live into their late 80s. And there's a 54% chance that one will live into their early 90s. So you may need to consider saving more for longer to make sure you don't outlive your savings. Healthcare is likely going to be one of your largest expenses in retirement, so it's important to understand how paying for the future healthcare expenses fits into your overall retirement plan. $351,000. According to the Employee Benefit Research Institute, an average retired couple age 65 in 2023 may have needed approximately $351,000 saved to even have a 90% chance of being able to cover all healthcare expenses in retirement. $328,215. This is the average cost of long-term care services for 3 years. About 70% of people turning 65 will need some form of long-term care during their lifetime. $0. This is how much Medicare Parts A and B will pay for most prescription drugs, routine dental care, annual eye exams, unless you have diabetes or are at a high risk for glaucoma, and hearing aids. Medicare is the primary source of coverage for post-65 retirees, but do not assume you won't have healthcare bills in retirement because of it. Taxes are the final risk we're going to talk about today. Unfortunately, taxes can erode your investment's rate of return, and once you retire, taxes can reduce your income too. Here we see the historical highest tax rate since 1961. A real challenge when it comes to taxes is deciding what tax rates you should expect or when to withdraw from taxable, tax deferred, and tax free accounts. So it's crucial that you consult with your tax professional about this risk. Today's focus will be on transition and distribution phases of the retirement planning journey. But I do want to talk briefly about some important to dos while saving for retirement through your 20s, 30s, and 40s. One of the most important components for successful retirement is time. The earlier you start saving, the more potential you have to earn. Don't forget to take advantage of your employer matching contributions. It's important to set saving goals and document them throughout your journey. Doing so will ensure you stay on track so you can retire when and how you want. One of the best ways to boost your retirement savings is to increase your contribution each year. In fact, increasing your contribution by just 1% or 2% can really add up over time. Make sure you keep 3 to 6 months' expenses in a liquid emergency fund for life's unexpected expenses. Don't let an unexpected expense derail your retirement savings plan. And maintain a healthy and active lifestyle. This contribute to a longer, healthier retirement. We've reviewed some challenges you can expect to face on your journey to and through retirement, and some things you should be doing if you're still in the early stage of saving for retirement. Now let's talk about the things you should be doing during the transition phase to prepare for a successful retirement. In 2021, the Secure Institute asked American workers nearing retirement to identify and rank their top 3 goals. In retirement, out of a list of 10 that represents a mix of lifestyle, financial, and legacy goals. For these workers, having enough money to last their lifetime and remaining financially independent were the most important goals. Running out of funds and having to rely on others for financial support are serious. Not only would a retiree have to curtail their discretionary spending, but she would also have to become financially burdened to her family. Transitioning into retirement is an exciting time in your journey. It's also time to make some important decisions and put your plan in writing. Many experts estimate that Americans need 70 to 80% of their working wages to live comfortably in retirement. According to the Employee Benefit Research Institute's 2022 Retirement Confidence Survey, less than 1/3 of Americans feel very confident in their ability to have enough money to live comfortably throughout their retirement. When you're estimating potential retirement income sources, it's important to understand your employer's retirement plan and how it works with other pieces of the retirement puzzle, such as Social Security, personal savings, and other investments you may have. Once you turn 50, the IRS allows you to make catch-up contributions to some qualified plans. So consider increasing your contributions to fill any gap between savings and income needs. Similarly, if you're not already taking full advantage of contribution limits, consider increasing contributions to these plans as you receive raises, bonuses, tax refunds, etc. These additional contributions can be a crucial component of your retirement strategy if you determine your current savings may not meet your income needs. Remember, even though you're eligible for Medicare, there are still healthcare costs that should be factored into your plans. Medicare doesn't pay for all services and may still require premiums and deductibles to be paid before it will pay for your services. Look into long-term care insurance or life insurance policies with long-term care riders or living benefit riders that may allow you to position a portion of your death benefit while you're still living. And don't forget to keep assets in highly liquid emergency fund for those unexpected expenses that might pop up. You can't afford to deplete your retirement savings at this point for a significant unexpected expense. These decisions around retirement spending, withdrawals from your investments, and filling any gaps will help you create an income distribution strategy. You can do this on your own or with a Horace Mann professional. Having a clear and documented plan should boost your confidence as you near retirement. Let's talk about some potential retirement income sources available to you. One of the first decisions you'll probably have to make is whether to take your pension as a lump sum or as a lifetime payout. The decision you make about how you take your benefits could have a significant impact on the total amount of income you receive during retirement. More than 45% of people take Social Security retirement benefits as early as they can. For those who have taken early retirement, perhaps because of poor health, this makes sense. But grabbing benefits early does come at a cost. If you claim Social Security at 62, your benefit will be reduced by as much as 30% compared to delaying until full retirement age. And if you're patient and have other sources of income, for every year you wait to take your benefits beyond full retirement age until age 70, your benefit increases by 8%. Taking on a part-time job may allow you to delay filing for Social Security if it makes sense. It can also help cover expenses during a down market, so you can attempt to preserve your invested assets, allowing them to grow for use later in retirement. Drawing money from your personal savings and investments can boost your retirement income to supplement Social Security and other sources like pension and annuity income. It can also help you generate income while you wait to maximize Social Security benefits, if that's part of your strategy. If you do not have a pension plan as part of your strategy, or perhaps to supplement your pension benefits, consider buying an immediate annuity to create your own guaranteed stream of income. Most of us buy life insurance to provide financial security for our loved ones after we're gone. But a life insurance policy with cash value can also provide valuable source of income while you're still around to enjoy it. Asset preservation and guaranteed income sources are foundational. In the example at the left, our retiree has $1 million invested within a balanced portfolio, 60% equities, 30% fixed income, and 10% cash, and intends to take periodic withdrawals from the portfolio to generate retirement income. In the example on the right, a retiree also has $1 million, but takes $250,000 and purchases an immediate annuity to guarantee lifetime income. $750,000 remains invested in a balanced portfolio. Both retirees withdraw 5% of their invested portfolio annually and increase that amount each year to account for inflation. Over a 30-year period, that portfolio remains completely invested and does not have guaranteed lifetime income, has a success rate of only 77%. The plan that incorporates lifetime income is in addition to an invested portfolio, has a success rate of 93%. Overall, the presence of guaranteed income will act as a hedge against longevity risk and may allow other funds to be invested for growth. When you create a floor of guaranteed income, the assets that remain invested aren't required to generate as much income. What makes planning ahead of retirement so crucial is that you still have time to make adjustments. But now is that time to assess your needs and plan for your income distribution so you're better prepared. When you reach your retirement date, you may think you've reached the end of your retirement journey. Well, not exactly. You'll continue making important decisions at and through retirement. Consolidating your retirement accounts can give you a more holistic view of your savings. It can also help ease the income distribution process, especially if your account offers check writing or debit card capabilities. Now is the time to put your income distribution plan into action. Elect your pension benefits. Consider additional guaranteed lifetime income sources so you can rest easy knowing your basic expenses are taken care of no matter how long you live. Apply for Social Security if you're eligible. Take your spouse's Social Security benefits into account when considering the timing of your own. Consider enrolling in Medicare when you turn 65, even if you're not eligible for Social Security. If you're a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, you are eligible for Medicare. Meet with a legal professional to draft or update important documents like a will, a trust, or power of attorney. Ensure the legacy you want to leave to your children, grandchildren, or your favorite charity are intact. And most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourself, your mind, and your body. Stay active and stay social throughout your retirement. Part of a solid retirement income strategy includes being aware of the potential risks and putting solutions into action to lessen the impact of those risks as you prepare for and live through a successful retirement. That's largely what we've talked about today. But let's go ahead and review. Take advantage of opportunities to increase your contributions to retirement accounts during your journey to retirement. A small increase can have a powerful impact on the income stream you may be able to achieve throughout retirement, allowing for increased income to combat inflation when needed. Diversify your savings to manage volatility and achieve growth. At this point in your journey, your investment objectives will likely include asset preservation and income generation. In an effort to combat longevity risk, consider incorporating guaranteed income solutions like lifetime pension payments, Social Security benefits, and lifetime annuity income. The addition of guaranteed income to any plan can help mitigate investment risk also. Consider the impact taxes may have on your retirement income. A tax professional can help you plan the right time to withdraw assets from taxable, tax deferred, and tax free accounts. And most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourself. Again, your mind, your body, and stay active and stay social. A thoughtful income strategy can help you address retirement planning challenges and attain the retirement lifestyle you've always dreamed about. Horace Mann can help explain your current retirement benefits and estimate your retirement savings goal based on your expected income needs. Together, we can create a retirement income strategy that brings you confidence and peace of mind. In closing, I'd like to thank you for being here. I hope the information was helpful to you and that it's been productive use of your time. I welcome and look forward to an opportunity to meet with each of you to address your specific situation and provide guidance where we can. Please feel free to reach out to your Horace Mann representative so they can help you answer any questions you may have and help you put together a retirement strategy that's right for you. Thank you today for coming.